Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun our Thursday broadcast. If you're watching this live, please announce yourself when you come into the program. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel, please like my videos, please leave a comment, even if it's just hi Bill, because when you do that, YouTube will use the algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet into people's feeds, and they'll understand what it's like to get a little bit coaching for the soul. Yeah. And hit that little bell there too, so you get notified every time that I do a video. So this is a 99% clairvoyant reading, and we'll see who pops on. Yeah. Last week was pretty amazing. We got messages from my spirit guides about us returning to fifth dimension, which we've already been there, which is kind of cool. Hey, Pratik. Yeah. So I'm going to ask everybody how it's been doing. If they've gotten any messages, if they've gotten any, hi, Allison Strange. If they've gotten any recurring dreams, right? Dreams have come back. Recollection dreams, as Spirit called it. Yeah. Hi, Kelly. Happy Thursday to you. Yeah. So, don't know what we're going to talk about today, but it's going to be something cool. It always is, right? So we will see. Hi, Liz. How is it going in California? Yeah. So, hi, Nancy. Just popping up, although it's still difficult at your age. Well, thank you. Hi, Sue. Zuh. Hey, Amanda. So, Sue, do you live in Michigan? I don't remember. I don't know if you do or not. So, yeah. Hi, Joyce. Hello there. Welcome. Allison, my birthdays are always strange for me because yeah, we don't really do anything. I mean, it's we're gonna go out to eat on Saturday with some friends. Yeah, so it was good. I mean, I worked. I had all kinds of things I needed to do, and did some readings and things like that. So yeah, it was good. It was good. I don't feel any older, which is kind of cool. So yeah, hey Kathy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm 63 now. Huh. I gotta wait another year to be 64, I guess now, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think we're gonna start. I think he's ready to go. Let's see where we're gonna start. Let's do some astrology stuff really quick. Get it out of the way. Full moon is tomorrow. Okay. Already feeling the energy. Last night's full moon was crazy in the eastern sky. Big, bright, and beautiful when the clouds actually lifted. So full moon is completion. Make sure that you are that you're feeling it, right? Understand that standing in the emotion and seeing what progressed in the last month. All right. We've talked about before about the next 2 months are going to be pretty amazing. Hi, Erica. Going to be pretty amazing all the way through. Like Spirit keeps showing me this, the 17th. Hi, Liz. Showing me the 17th of March when everything's going to shift forward even more. And so January's flying. It's already the 5th. So it is. Hi, Tina. So it's going to happen fast, and it's a long month. So we really have to pay attention. Really be conscious, right? Because we're going to get some other stuff too. About the days that fly by. Hey, Jill, because they continue to fly by. Okay? Yes, hang on. We got to, okay, let's change course. About last week's video. Hi, Alexis. Oh, you with Allison. That's cool. So we talked about, hey, Shelley, last week we talked about recollection dreams. Okay? And oh, Jill, you live in Brooklyn? Okay. Recollection dreams from us living in the fifth dimension before we lived in the 12,000 years of 3D. Okay. It's interesting. The video's been viewed and people have commented, but it's not been viewed as much as others have been viewed. So I think I'm a little early on that. Yeah. Which is kind of cool, right? I posted something yesterday about, I saw something with John Edward and Alyssa Milan, no, what's her name? Maria Menudo, that showed up on my Facebook feed, right? Or my YouTube feed, which I just love, right? Because they're always kind of giving me stuff. You guys too. And it was John Edward talking about 2023. And I posted it on my Facebook page, and I was like, okay, I love getting confirmation on what, hi Laura, I love getting confirmation, right, on what we talk about on Thursdays at 3, because it blows my freaking mind that that they are so good, you know, and that you guys are there. So it's interesting. Had a little bit of cough, but that's it. So it's interesting that that showed up yesterday, kind of giving me confirmation about, they talked about 2023, and John Edward was saying the same things that we had said, which is bonus, because it's, you know, he's world known and things like that, which is kind of cool. And then he talked about past dreams and where we came from and things like that. And so has the people who watched it, please stay in touch with me. Hey, Tracy. Again, let me know if you got a recollection dream, if you had a little sense of one, or what you're feeling here, okay? How you're feeling with that information. Spirit says, what you're going to do with it. Are you going to set it aside? Are you going to use it? But I'm telling you what, in the last week, I've had conversations with people where they have leveled up. And I love it. I love it, okay? Because everyone is going to go at their own pace, but it's going to be one big collective lift up in energy, in knowledge, in connection, okay? And that's tied to us being ready. I know. Spirit says most of us in this collective have moved past the fourth dimension. Just on the tip, he says. You're just on the tip of 5D, okay? Because I'm under the understanding, as I believe you are also, that we're going to be in fifth dimension, most of us, by the end of the year. And what does that look like? No idea. No idea. I know that we will be in a higher state of consciousness. I know that we will be more blissful. We'll have less baggage, less stuff. That it'll be a brand new world. That things in the world will have shifted, and we'll feel it. The muggles will not, right? Some of the other people, the half-bloods, people who are in transformation, they may not get it. They may wonder what the hell's going on, because things are going to shift, and we're going to be a big part of that. So as things get better, because they will, okay? As you start to know more, because Spirit always talks about that one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be right up here, and you're going to go, okay, how do I know that? And how do I know that? And how do I know that over there? Because it's already been downloaded, okay? All we're doing is riding the energy and staying as conscious as we can. And we got a Mercury retrograde going on right now in Capricorn, and it's kind of jacking stuff up, but I'm not taking it serious for the first time in my entire life, I think. So that's a good thing. So all of us, as we go through this year, as we go through our understanding of this year, as we're going through who we know we are in this year, because it's all going to shift. The amazing thing is you're going to notice it. Hey, Rachel. And again, I will tell you again, document it, okay? Because you're only going to do it one time, all right? Will this big leap of energy, this big quantum leap, let's say, right, is going to take you to places that you never thought you would be. That's all I can say. So you have to document, either write it out or put it in your phone or your iPad or whatever. What you're feeling for the day, how's it going, the ebb and flow, whatever. What you realized today when you woke up out of bed and you went, oh my God, I had an epiphany this morning, that this is shifted, or that is shifted, or that is shifted. And how do I know that, and that? Because it's all coming to fruition right now, okay? I told you guys last year in December that we're going to have, November even, we're going to have massive power shifts. We're going to have this energy that is absolutely just picking us up and moving us forward, chimes, and we have no idea where it comes from. Or one day we're going to wake up and go, what the hell happened? Wow. And that's what's going on now. right? It was the winter solstice. It was the first of the year, right? It was Mercury retrograde, right? And there's more coming in the next 2 months of astrological stuff that makes our life easier. Hang on. Can you shut that? Understanding that that what we're doing today, what we are experiencing today, what we're living in today, is only enhancement, Spirit says. It is absolute energy that our body's starting to recognize. Okay? Our body's starting to recognize the energy, which is a good thing. Because for so long, it didn't recognize the energy. And we were resisting it. We were stopping it from moving forward, us moving forward. We didn't know what it was. The blessing is that we're starting to get it, right? And that's because that quantum leap energy picks us up and moves us forward, even overnight. So when that happens, document it. Could make a pretty good book, okay? So we just want to make sure that we are paying attention. We just want to make sure that for the next 2.5 months that we're really being conscious about the changes in our energy, the changes in our flow, the changes in what we allow, the change in ego, okay? The change in how we feel about ourselves, because that's all changing now. It's all changing now. And once the rest of the 3 planets, I believe it happens in March, move forward, everything shifts completely even more. Hey, Stephanie, welcome. I mean, to another higher level, okay? Because we still have powerful planets that are retrograde and they're getting ready to turn direct in a few months. So they're starting to slow down the retrograde, all right? So they're not as powerful. So not only do we have I know, Spirit says there's ebb and flow, right? There's ebb and flow of energy, of quantum leap energy that is lifting up into higher dimensionals, right? Going like, okay, how do I know all this stuff all of a sudden? And then the slowdown, the pushback of the retrogrades, okay? And Mercury retrograde ends the 18th of January. And I believe Mars ends in February, if not the end of this month. And then Uranus and I think and Pluto's already. There's 2 more. Uranus and I might be Neptune are still retrograde. Those are outer planets. They connect with revolt and things changing and things moving forward and destruction. And that's a good thing. Because as you're going through this process, you're letting go of your stuff. Okay? Faster than ever. You are seeing things out of a different eye, in a different light. Really absorbing, Spirit says, and attracting the things that you have asked for, the things that you didn't know were coming. Because this is something I explained to a person today. We never know what's coming. We have no idea what's manifesting behind us. All right? We can ask, but guess what? Right place, right time. If it's not the right place, right time, because of retrogrades, because of where our energy's at, right? But what we're allowing into our lives, the energy that we're allowing to pass through us, to take us forward or not, right? Are we in flow mentally, spiritually, okay? Are we connected? Are we doing everything we can? Not to obsess, not to freak out, not to want, not to, ooh, I want it now, right? I explained it to a person yesterday, that as you want, it stops. Human energy, third dimensional energy, is intense. It is strong. And we all know that, right? It can F us up in a minute. Out of nowhere, like that, I mean, just boom, out of the blue. Wake up in the morning, you're pretty good. By 1 o'clock, you're like, what the hell is going on? I'm angry today. Because again, the energy is that, okay? And with everything that's going on the planet, which we're in transformation, right? Hi, Haley. That we're going to feel it. And the more connected you are to yourself, the more you're going to feel it. So you have to be conscious of, okay, guided meditation today? Do I just take a walk outside? What do I need? Do I take a swim at the pool? What do I need to do to get myself out of that? Okay? Because unfortunately, the higher dimensional energy that you receive and you live in, the easier it is for the third dimensional energy to bother you. You'll feel it, okay? Until you don't. That's the cool thing. When you don't react to it, because it doesn't really affect you because you're up here now, okay? You can look back and go, I remember when that used to drive me nuts. As others around you are freaking. They're freaking out. They're angry. They're confused. They don't understand. And we've talked about this before, guys. Those of you that watch Coaching for the Soul are going to be the teachers. And other programs like this are going to be the teachers. You're going to be the ones in your circle that people are like, oh my gosh, you know what? Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, that's what happened to me. And you tell your story. And your story goes on and on and on. And all of a sudden there's these people that come to you one at a time in groups of people and say, so my friend Josie said, you had this happen to you. That happened to me too. Oh my gosh, how did it work out for you? And you tell your story. When you tell your story, the energy goes up into the universe. Okay? Talking out loud to your spirit guides brings you everything that you want. Eventually. But you don't know what's in the pipeline. You don't know, right? Could be something you haven't even asked for that is coming for you because it's in your soul journey. A level up, a connection with aliens, a connection to the universe, a connection to again, the Apterians or the Palladians. You don't know, right? That's why I say when you have these experiences, document them. Document them, okay? Because you don't know when there's a book involved. You don't know when there's a collaboration involved. You don't know when there's a mini-series in collaboration coming. You don't know. So that's why it is very, very important that you document, because as you go into fourth and fifth dimensional energy, more 5D and up at 5, 6, and 7, right? This does not work, guys. Your third dimensional brain, on ice, floating in the air, nothing's coming. Nothing's coming. Because you're being guided by the universe, being guided by your spirit guides, because you're in direct connection with them. You are 100% driven, invoked, involved with them. It happens. Happens to me. I never thought I'd be this guy. I never dreamed in a million years what this would look like. And now I can tell you, it's pretty freaking cool. Hey, Nat. So as we have these recollection dreams, as we have this understanding of our spiritual self, as we understand what's coming, as we understand what is happening, we become more and more ingrained in that spiritual energy, in that 5D energy that we're like, check this freaking out. How do I know that? How do I know that? And how do I know that? Because it's going to happen. It's happened to me in the past 2 weeks. It's happened to people I've talked to in the past week. We're like, Bill, what the hell's going on? And they don't watch Coaching for the Soul. Hopefully they do now. But I'm telling you, they're not a coaching for the, oh, you have a program? Oh, you have, yeah, I do that on Thursday at 3 o'clock live. Then it's on YouTube. Oh my God, I might have to check it out. Check it out. See what you think. That's what that's all about. Say, hey, Kimberly, because that's you, Spirit says. That is you, being that teacher, being that person who word of mouth, it all starts to happen. Okay. Yes. And I'm supposed to tell you this, with the infusion of 5D, okay, as our vibration is lifted, as we're living in different energy, you'll see more UFOs, okay? They're going to show themselves more. Why? Because they're not living in the density of 3D. Hey, Michelle. Doesn't mean that others will see them too. Okay? Make sure you understand that. Doesn't mean that others will see them too. Sometimes it's just for you. And I had to learn that. Okay? Sometimes things happen to us just for us. When you go to tell somebody about it, they don't get it. When you go to explain, they don't get it. All right? So as this happens, you will see more and more UFOs. because we'll be in higher dimensional energy where they're prevalent, Spirit says. Okay? Because by 2020, I'm saying the end of this year, possibly, or next year, but I'm getting more by the end of this year, something will pop with aliens. Okay? Either they will start to be, they'll start to be noticed. There may be some type of sighting. They don't know what it is. But as we go through, hey Ryan, as we go through this total transformation, Spirit says, everything that is behind the veil, that has been veiled, that's behind the curtain, whatever you want to call it, is all going to be released into the universe, into consciousness, he says. Okay? And again, another one of our jobs is to make sure that we can tell people, don't worry about it, it's no big deal, it's fine, they're not going to hurt us, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Because there will be people who will think that they will, that are trying to start something that's not real. Okay? Yes. Hang on, guys, I gotta put Bailey in her blanket. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Well, you can eat when Daddy's done. Okay. Sorry, guys. But you know Bay, he's blind as a bat. He's in his bed, can't find his blanket. And he'll just stand there. He won't even lay down, he'll just stand there. So, So Erica says, is that what you mentioned, dying off? That's because there needs to be more space. No. Erica, that has nothing to do with the aliens already here. They're just in human cloak. People that are dying off are people that are dying off, and I'll tell you what it is in a minute. I got this in the past 2 days. They're dying off because their souls are not going into the future. They're not going into fifth dimensional energy and above. Okay, their souls have decided to perish this lifetime in third dimension because they've learned enough. And now what they're going to do, their souls are going to go back to the universe that they came from. Okay, and some of that die off will be a new variation of COVID. Okay, yes, back to the COVID thing. Okay, because immune systems are down, and those people that are going to pass in masses, and they're going to be down, and it's going to be something that they don't know what to do. That people are just dying within weeks, and it's supposed to happen like that. And 2023 will not be the mass extinction of the 3Ders, but it will begin. Okay, and we'll see it around the planet. Hey, Deborah. We'll see it on the planet. We'll see it in the United States, of course, because the United States is going to be the one that leads the world into 5D. Okay, so that's all coming. There are other things that are going to strike at human, things that they know about. Spirit says, but they don't know about. So it's going to be a new virus. It's going to be a new something, but it's not going to be. But it is going to be a new virus overall. It's not anything like that at all. It's not biological weapons or anything like that. It is just death. Spirit says, it's just death, and it's kind of interesting, but then it's kind of like wow, but it's already happening around the planet in less affluent countries, where many people are dying of starvation, unfortunately, have no water, things like that. So it's already begun, and it will continue to translate into our fifth dimensional arrival. Okay, in the next year and a half, maybe 2 years, where the majority of us that watch Coaching for the Soul, that I put the program on, others that I follow, things like that, got confirmation again this week from different people by watching their videos. But yeah, it's definitely going to happen. And there's nothing that we can do, just like for ourselves, there's nothing that we can do about what is coming for us, right? Nothing that we can do about what's coming for us, but also not knowing what's going to happen to us, okay? Okay? And that's why I tell people every single day, every day, including my family. Including my family. Tomorrow's not promised. It's not promised. So you better live today conscious and get out of that damn fear. Hey, Carmelina, get out of that fear. Hey, Dorothy, right? Conscious, out of that fear, have a good time, enjoy yourself, okay? Don't be a freaking work crazy person. Not gonna happen. Trust me, you could die today, you could drop dead on the floor. They put you on a gurney and have you replaced tomorrow. So all you young ones who are working your butt off, trying to make it, right? You're doing that for ego. You're doing that because I need to do this. No, you don't. That's third dimensional thinking. Not that you got to be a slouch, because that's not the point. The point is, you killing yourself is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. Trust me. Things are changing on the planet, especially in the United States, okay? When it comes to every aspect of our lives, okay? And you will understand sooner than later when you're killing yourself for nothing. You're killing yourself for this, okay? And that's all fine and good until it's not, because you're not taking care of yourself. You're not doing your meditations. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not eating the right food. You're not going to therapy. You're not doing all the things you need to do to clean your stuff out of your head, out of your heart. They'll do it for you. But I've told you guys a million times, and I tell clients this too. If you don't change it, they will. And if they change it, it's going to be catastrophic. It's going to be catastrophic. They will break it apart like a freaking stalk of celery and throw it on the ground. So we have to be conscious of that, right? That if I'm not being treated fairly at work, if I'm not making the right money, if the energy isn't right, if I'm not being treated right, anything, it doesn't matter. Okay? Ask for what you want. Ask for it to change. And guess what? I will guarantee you that by the end of 2023, if you're involved with it, if you have good energy with it, if you stay as clear as you can and balanced in it, you'll have exactly what you want. Hey, Adrian, have exactly what you want. Okay? But that's what it's all about. It's all coming to fruition. Okay? All the things that we've done in the past no longer serves us. No longer serves us. And so we have to be conscious of that, right? As we go into these energy shifts, as we, I know, spiritual, do it if you love it, right? Do it if you love it. It's awesome. Great. If that's your passion, that's what you want to do, you are a communicator, or you are whatever it might be, do it. If it fulfills you spiritually, do it. That's what it's all about. But don't overextend yourself, okay? Don't overextend yourself at work, because guess what? Again, I'll say, you could drop dead on the floor. They put you on a gurney and wheel you out and have you replaced by the end of the day, or the end of the week, or next week. All the work that you do will be spread amongst other people till they find somebody. See ya. Poor plan. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Unless they're paying you extremely well and it's worth your aggravation, right? Of you giving up portions of your life to do that job. Awesome. You don't do it for somebody else, you do it for you. You don't do it for your boss. Don't do it for your parents. Don't do it for your husband, your wife, your partner, whatever, your dog. No. Because you're going to look back by the end of the year and go, what the F did I do? This year is going to be all about vacation. It's going to be all about finding ourselves again. All about understanding who we are. Why? Because everything is starting to click. Everything is starting to make sense. Everything is working in our direction because of quantum leap energy. They need to get us there by 2024. Okay? And I'll go back to this really quick. Pluto is the planet of destruction, of massive change, and has been in Capricorn since 2008. I know my life has changed 360 degrees. I'll say 720 degrees. 2 rotations, right? From who I used to be to who I am now. Hey, Sherry. Okay? Now understand this. There is maybe a year left. It exits in 2024 for good and goes into Aquarius. All right? So in those years, from 2008 to 2023, 24, how much has our country shifted? How much have you shifted? How much have you changed? How much has your situation changed? How much has the entire planet changed? A lot. A lot. And we have to look at that and go, okay, I get it. I get where I'm going. Because you all are going there. Doesn't matter if you want to or not. Or you wouldn't be watching Coaching for the Soul. You wouldn't be watching. So understanding that this little planet, dwarf planet, out in the middle of nowhere, that affects the United States. Okay? And that's what's coming to an end in 2023. I think it's in Capricorn for 6 months, maybe 7 months, back and forth from Aquarius. Okay? Goes into Aquarius, retrogrades back into Capricorn. Goes back to Aquarius, rotates back, right? Retrogrades back into Capricorn. So we have this influx back and forth of energy. The great thing is we're being able to navigate it easier. And that's the key. That's the key. Is that as you wake up every morning and you have this epiphany, you wake up every morning and you go, wow. You wake up in the morning and go, man, I'm really angry. I'm tired. Okay. Because of what your body has done for the last week. Have you taken enough time for yourself? Have you taken your baths? Have you taken your showers? Have you gone for a swim at the gym? Have you gone to the ocean? Have you gone to the lake? Have you walked outside in the whatever? It doesn't matter. What are you doing to release that energy? Because you're getting it every day from gamma rays from the universe. On top of everyday life. So that's why it's so very, very important. Okay? And you're having recollection dreams, right? From 5D from before, with the avatars and all kinds of cool stuff. It's like, what the hell is that about? I think I'm going crazy. No, you're not. No, you're not. All you're doing is getting up to speed, Spirit says. You're just getting up to speed. And that's not going to change. It's not going to stop. It's only going to excel. It's going to get faster. It's going to get more important, Spirit says. It's going to get more, hey, Laura, it's going to get more, not intense, he says. It's going to be more palatable, where you're like, oh, I can deal with that. As you ride that wave, right? As you ride that wave into and onto where you're supposed to go. And that's the key. Totally the key. See? So as we remember our 5D lifetime, from 12,000 years ago, because you will. Document it. Document it. Because the dream may come and go. Boom. Come and go. Come and go. See? And then eventually Spirit says it won't come and go. You'll be it. You'll feel it. Okay? You'll feel that, yes, I'm going there. Yes, I'm moving there. Yes, I'm going to be fine. It's 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 going to be fine. See? That's the key. That's the key. Is getting yourself in a place of understanding yourself. Getting yourself into a place of I'm okay. Now, food, Spirit says, okay? Understanding, we've talked about this before. You're going to change the way you eat and what you drink. Okay? Things are not going to taste the same anymore. Let that happen. Water, hang on. Let that happen. Hey, Karen. Okay? People are worried about losing weight and blah, 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 blah. Stop. Do your stuff. Do your exercise. Do your whatever, your supplements, right? Change the way that you eat, because you will. They'll make you change. Guaranteed. They'll make you change. You may have some digestive issues where stuff doesn't sit as well as it used to. Chemical change inside your body. Getting into a lighter state of consciousness. Hey, Maddie. Right? It has to change. Our bodies have to change. They're being so dense. All right? So understand that you'll change the way you eat. You'll change the way that you drink. You will be more conscious of what you put in your mouth. You'll be more conscious in the energy that you put yourself in. Okay? It's all going to be a collective of WTF. because it's already on track to change your life. And the wonderful thing is, we can fight it, but why would you want to put something in your mouth that it doesn't taste good anymore? Why do you want to drink something or smoke something that doesn't taste good anymore, right? But when that happens, not only does your chemicals change, but your taste changes also, okay? Your taste changes also. And that's because you are going through the process of transformation, okay? A total regeneration of who you are in the process of becoming. That fascinates me. That truly fascinates me. Other than everything else in my freaking life, right? It fascinates me because I've seen people, and I've lived it myself in the last year, how as I've changed what I'm able to eat because of my digestive stuff, this has shifted. Other people that are going through that now, that their stomach doesn't feel right, they get heartburn. He's going through the heartburn thing at the moment, right? He realizing they can't eat that and drink that and eat that, and that came out of nowhere. But I know where he's going. See? Does he know it? I think he does. Does he talk about it? No. That's okay. Okay? So all of us are doing it. But when that happens, I don't want you to go, I wonder why I can't eat that anymore. Really? Do you know who you are? Sometimes we forget because we're so used to being a third dimensional being for 12,000 years, right? And we're in the process of becoming these global citizens that are connected to the freaking planets, and we're connected to the aliens, and we're connected to all that is, Spirits always says. Bill, you're connected to all that is. I'm like, what does that really entail? Me being that guy, right? He goes, don't worry about it. You'll understand. And I get it. Totally get it. The more that we allow, the more that we move forward, the more that we connect with our guides, the more that we take care of ourselves, the more that we take care of ourselves in creature comforts. Hey, Cheryl, right? In just taking care of ourselves, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, getting rid of the baloney in our lives, right? Right? Spirit has said mass divorce. That will happen also. Okay? Where you'll no longer fit with the person that you're with. And they'll understand that. As you continue to grow, as you fight, because you will, there'll be parts of you that fight against 5D. That's your ego. That is like, wait a minute. I don't know what that is. Wait a minute. I'm going to eat that. Hey, Caitlin, I'm going to eat that too. I'm going to drink it. I'm going to smoke some weed. Do whatever I want to do. Okay. Like I see these McDonald's commercials on TV, right? Hey, Laura. And I want a freaking double cheeseburger with greasy old mayonnaise and ketchup and a large fry and a Coke. Can't eat it. But I still want it. Can't eat it. I'm not willing to put myself through a week's worth of regeneration, which it would take, with every part of my body, to do that. Do I still want it? Oh, trust me. I still want it. Some people will still do it and then deal with a week's worth of transformation. Hey, Kelly, right? That comes from, for me, my tongue. If I eat something that isn't right and it gets into my body, my tongue starts to swell. Can't eat that. Yep. Heartburn. Can't eat that. Can't overeat. Can't do that. All the lessons that I've learned this year, okay? Everyone is going to be learning or is in the process of learning right now. Right now. So Adrian says, will the feeling of letting go get easier as we ascend? Yes, because you won't have a choice, okay? And it also depends upon, Adrian, how much you fight. Like I was having a conversation yesterday for 2 hours with a person in a reading. He did a 2 hour reading, and that was good. And we talked about that, okay? That you have to surrender. You got to surrender. If you think you're going to control it, you are sadly mistaken. If you think you're going to get what you want by being that person, they will crush you. They will absolutely continue to give you nothing that you want. Harder and harder and harder until you finally go, I surrender, I give up, you're in control. You're in control. And I cannot fight against you because you're going to win. I'd rather save myself and surrender than continue to fight for what I think I'm supposed to have, do, and be. Don't do it. I'll tell you straight up. I did it for 5 years, 3 years for sure. Extra 2 years, maybe 3 more years. Yeah. Again, it's ego. It's ego, right? The more that you allow, the more that you surrender, the more that you flow, right? Because we don't know what's coming to us, and it's all good stuff. No bad stuff coming. And if the bad stuff does come, we can deal with it. That's just it. As you start to change that process, that thought process, that mindful process, getting out of the fear, they're going to take care of you no matter what. Just depends on how bad of a situation you talk yourself into with ego. I don't have a job. I need a job. Got to find a job. I don't need a job. I got to find a job. Don't have any money. Got to blah. No, you have to just let that go. They're going to take care of you. You're not going to be homeless. You're not going to go bankrupt. Nothing. You're not going to be hungry. No, not going to happen. They will never let that happen to you. It's about lessons. And yes, Adrian and I have talked about flow. You have to flow. Okay? And people say, well, how do you do that? By surrendering. Let it freaking go. When you start feeling, feel it. Spirit, what is that? And trust me, they will tell you what it is. Is it the way that somebody spoke to you when you were 5? Did somebody touch you when they weren't supposed to? Hey, Terry, did they, all kinds of things, right? Did they bark at you? Did they treat you bad? Were they dominant? Were they mean? Were they a bully? Anything that can possibly happen is stored right here and in our gut. So as you go through this letting go and allowing, well, to allow means that you have to be okay with your fear. You have to be okay with, okay, I have to let this go, this energy that keeps me back, that makes me feel very, very bad, that makes me angry, that makes me distant, that makes me non-communicative, that makes me everything that I don't want to be. Because to flow is to flow, right? If you, again, I say this to many people. If you took a Tupperware dish and you put some water in it and you put a top on it and you set it on your countertop for a week and you opened up that dish at the end of the week and you smelt it, that's your body when you're not flowing. Swear to God it is. So if you're not taking your time, if you're not making an effort, if you're not allowing yourself to be swept away with the energy, okay? You're stagnant. You're suffering. You're suffocating, Spirit says. And there's absolutely no reason to do that anymore. At all. There's no reason to do that at all anymore. Okay? Because the more that you connected with, how do I know that? How do I know that? How do I know that? The less this serves you. And I will tell you, by 2024, most people, most of us, will not have this anymore. Hi, Gloria. It will have been expunged, Spirit says. But we still have to deal with it now. Okay? Because the end of 2024 could be December 31st, 2024. That's a long way away. Right? Right? So it's very, very important that as our stuff comes up, that we sit in it. That we go, okay, what is that? It's my mom. It's the way my dad treated me. It's that girl from elementary school. It's my boyfriend. It's my girlfriend. It's my whatever. Yeah. See? Because as long as you get it and you say it, don't keep that stuff in your head, guys. I'm telling you, don't keep this stuff in your head because that's third dimensional. That is freaking third dimensional. Speak it. Have a conversation with yourself. In a bedroom by yourself. In your car by yourself. Whatever it takes, right? Don't do it in front of your kids because they'll suck up that energy and you wonder, WTF. Okay? they'll either turn into this person who's a rescuer or a person who says, oh my gosh, my mom's this. I don't like that person. Her focus is not on me, it's on her, blah, 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 blah. Because this is the way that it works. Hey, Marcia. It has for 12,000 years, everybody. It has kept you alive as long as you're supposed to be alive in that lifetime. Remember that, right? Remember that when you react to something in a way that is not positive, you're reacting like that because it needs to be taken care of. Taken care of. Hugs. I love yous. I love yous. Hugs. The right music. The right food. Music is universal, everybody. And there's songs in each one of our lives that we connect to. There is. We all have our favorite songs, right? For me, I have been into the instrumental, amazing, flowy, spiritual violins, and since I was a kid. I'm just blown away by that stuff. I float away. But we all have our favorite songs that make us happy. Okay? I will just say yesterday, I'm on my way to get my allergy shots, right? And I'm listening to my internet radio dance, because I love dance music. And there's a song that is one of my favorite songs ever that I haven't heard in over 10 years. And it shows up on my birthday when I'm in my car driving 45 minutes one way to get allergy shots. Thank you. That's how it works. That's how it works. And I was happy as oh my God, I could not proclaim my happiness enough. I'm like, oh my God, had to stop myself from doing it. Bill, listen to the music. And listen to the music. And I Shazammed it, so now I'm going to put it on my playlist. I never Shazammed it before. Right? Didn't think like that then. But we all have that music. We all have that ice cream. We all have those French fries. We all have those burgers or hot dogs or grilled cheese. Whatever it might be, right? That makes us go, it's okay. Give yourself that. Give yourself that. Thanks, Suze. Telling you. Those little things right there make a difference on how connected you are to your soul, to your spirit. Okay? Because when you do that, that's third dimensional comfort, Spirit says, and it's okay. We can't lose everything of 12,000 years. It's impossible. So there's going to be things that make us happy. As long as it's not alcohol or drugs, you're good. Okay? Because I've had people actually say, well, Bill, I smoke a little weed, blah, blah. I said, okay, that's fine. But when the demons show up to get you stop, when you're getting the message more than once to stop, don't smoke that weed, don't smoke that weed, don't smoke, or it doesn't taste right, or whatever. Okay? And the demons show up, because they will. They will bring you something to scare their shit out of you to stop you from doing it. Same way with drinking. Okay? If you don't change it, they will. Because when you are on substances like that, your vibration is, I was going to say the F word, screwed up. It's like this. You can't do it. Can't do it. Okay? That's not who you're supposed to be this lifetime. So again, it ties into what you eat, what you drink, how much exercise you get, everything. How much water you drink. Drink water. Tell you, drink water. If you're not drinking water, a lot of it, not gallons of it, but enough water to keep you hydrated. Okay? Because again, as we become later flowy beings, as we become these people who are fifth dimensional, we got to stay hydrated. Why? Because our body's not as dense. Body's not as dense. It's not going to hold the water like it used to when we were 25. For me, 50. 55. It's not going to. 6. I've always drank a lot of water. Not a Mountain Dew too, but it was supplemented with water since 2000. A lot of water. Since I started going to the gym and things like that, working out. See? but you have to have the water to flush the stuff out of your body. And that includes vibrational fat, Spirit says. It means toxins, all the stuff that no longer serves you inside, that they are cleansing from your body. Only way to do it is to pee it out. Well, if you're not drinking water, you ain't peeing it out. Isn't that interesting? That the one way for them to get rid of that stuff inside of our body, which is caked in there, everybody, right? From 12,000 years of stuff, right? Think about it. That's what's so important. It ties right in with everything else. Everything else. So as you have the return dreams, the dreams from your past 5D lifetimes, okay? As you start to change what you eat because you're being guided to, as you're listening to music or exercising or a movie that makes you feel warm and fuzzy and cozy, like you're loving yourself, that's transformation. That's taking care of yourself, okay? And also seeing other people in your life, your children, your husband, your wife, your friends. They're going through the exact same thing. Brothers, sisters, whoever. See? Maybe at a different pace than you, but they're all going through it. And when you become the authority, them saying, you know what, I'm having a hard time, with my sister yesterday, having a conversation, she's having a hard time sleeping. Well, that's because, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, they're keeping you awake. Just because you're going through transformation. See? And it's wonderful. It's wonderful that it's finally come to fruition. And so I'm there to support her 100%. Because I know what it's like to go through that stuff, and it's kind of like, what the hell's going on with me? Ascension sickness, all kinds of different things, right? I'm thinking differently. I'm eating different foods. I don't want those people in my life anymore. Why? I just don't want them in my life anymore, as you exclude them. Yeah. That's what it's all about in 2023, and it's going to continue into 2024 and beyond. Now, a couple of predictions. Because Spirit's been telling me that I was going to do a predictions video, and I might do that maybe this weekend, maybe next week, I'm not sure, for 2023. Okay, so as indictments come, because they're coming very soon, okay, for the former president, for people from the House of Representatives, the people from the Senate who participated in January 6th, the planning, the whole 9 yards, okay, the insurrection. As they start to be indicted, they will either leave their office and be replaced, or they will stay and fight, but they will lose their power, all right? We're seeing that now in the House of Representatives now. They cannot get a leader. The Republicans cannot, okay? There's a reason for that, okay? Indictments are coming, okay, number one. And that's not political, everybody. Don't say blah, blah, blah. Not the point. Not what it's about, okay? It is about understanding what's coming as we change the planet, as we change our democracy, okay? As they're replaced, there will be more Democrats in the House of Representatives than there will be Republicans by the end of 2023, all right? So the Democrats will take back over the House, is what I've been told, all right? Now, Supreme Court, all right? Well, we're going to do that first, okay. In Supreme Court, we're doing in a minute. As the indictments come, the militias will rise, and there will be a mass shooting of immigrants at the border. Okay, so that will be catastrophic, a mass murder event. All right, that will change gun laws in the United States forever. Okay, it'll also help the immigration process, the immigration problem that we have with having things in place to process those people, because we need them to be in the country, everybody. Someone's got to clean the hotel rooms. Somebody's got to pick the food, because guess what? The people who live here aren't doing them jobs. And if you want to eat, guess what? There's your help. Just like we were when we came to the United States of America, our family did, as immigrants from Ireland, from France, from Scotland, from England, from anybody who came to the country from someplace else that wasn't imported against their will. Okay? We need those people. So if you're against immigration, against the Mexicans and the Guatemalans and them, guess what? Who picks your food? Who cleans the hotel rooms? Who puts the roof on your house? We had people here, the guys that did some roofing on the buildings in my apartment complex, there wasn't one English-speaking person there. And they worked for 12 or 13 hours a day, every day, for weeks on end. Understand that. We need them. Okay? Wasn't no white person doing that. Was no black person doing that. Was no Asian person was doing that in 95-degree heat in the middle of the summer. No, those guys were out there every day at 8 a.m. They stayed till 9 o'clock at night when the sun was out. Okay? So we need them. So that is going to be a situation that is coming in 2023. I hope it's not huge. Spirit says it's going to be, and it makes me sad. Okay? Because I know. He says it's a turn of events. It's to get, again, like COVID, we got to break that. We have to break that energy. Because if we don't break that energy, it's not going to change. And that's the truth. Okay? Hey, Chuck. So the next thing is Supreme Court. Okay? I think I mentioned this before. There will either be violence against the Supreme Court, where Republican, they're not supposed to be, but they're Republican-leaning Supreme Court justice will be murdered. Okay? I've gotten that. But I've also gotten that Alito will resign in scandal or be removed by force. Okay? Clarence Thomas will resign instead of being impeached because of his wife's dealings with Donald Trump and the insurrections. And that will happen by summer. Okay? So, hey, Brittany. So there's two things right there in the government more that are shifting. All right? I also received last week and again this week confirmation that Joe Biden will run for president again. But when Donald Trump is indicted and is in the process of being put someplace, he will decide not to run. He's only doing it to balance that power shift, okay? It's the Titans. It's the Warriors. Both are old. Both can't do it anymore. Again, but he will definitely do that, but he will end up not running in 2024, okay? So that's another thing that I've gotten in the last week and a half, all right? Now, militias will, again, I've talked about this for years, militias will upset places in the country once the indictments come down and people go to court, go to their sentencing, go through their process and get put away, as replaced in most cases by Democrats that are elected. Okay, there will be spontaneous small nuclear devices blowing up around the country by 2024, trying to disrupt the election. Okay? They're meager forces, Spirit says. They're meant as terrorism. They're meant to terrorize. They're meant to scare people. Well, the blessing with that is that most of the people that they're supposed to terrorize or scare are stronger than they've ever been before. So that's just something else that I've gotten confirmation on again, that I've talked about for 2 years. All right. Also, there's going to be a, and I've said this before with Spirit, again, Spirit has said this before, a mass removal of wealth from rich people through taxation. Okay. They're going to go after people who don't pay any taxes. People and corporations. Okay. The rich will fall, Spirit says, and I've talked about that before. It's already been flipped upside down. Okay, no longer top down, now it's going to be grassroots up. Okay, lots of social programs, lots of stuff to take care of people. Because the days of starvation, the days of living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck are gone. And a universal a universal monthly deposit of money of $1,000, like Andrew Yang talked about in 2016, I think, or was it 2020, will go into place in 2024. Why? To supplement the income so businesses don't go bankrupt. Because they can't pay $25 an hour when the person deserves $25 an hour. So the government will supplement that. That's where we're going, everybody. That's fifth dimension. Okay? Don't think like you used to think if that's who you are. That, oh, no, they need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. No. There's plenty of people struggling that have pulled up themselves by the bootstraps, and they're still struggling. Okay? Not because of inflation, not because of gas, because they're not given the fair shake. Okay? If I was talking to a person today who comes from wealth, okay, talking about one of her children. When you grow up, yes, Erica, for everybody, no tax brackets, everybody under, let's say, $300,000 gets a $1,000 check or whatever, or they may do specific industries, okay, but rich people aren't going to get it. But when you grow up in a powerful family, you have power. And I talk about this with people. I've written about it, and no one's seen it yet, but I've written about it, okay? That wealth that we have comes from our past, okay? Come from our family money, right? Well, if you're denied, it doesn't matter what race you are. If you're denied the ability to own land, if you're denied the ability to own a house, if you're denied the ability to have a job, if you're denied the ability to farm your land and sell it at a price that makes you a profit, okay, you're down here and rising up, okay? And every race on the planet has had that, especially in the United States. The richest country in the world, and we have people who don't get enough to eat and don't have any place to live. That's changed. Trust me. So we have to look at that and go, okay, I get it. It's the new reality. And as you go into fifth dimensional energy, hey, Nancy, as you go into your new spiritual self, you'll understand that. You'll be like, I get it. 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 Because things are only going to get better for us in a way we live, of what we accept, of what we deal with every day. Not only here, but in our environment every day. So as the United States clears the way for the rest of the planet for ascension, because that's what's going on. Talked about that a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, right? The United States is the youngest country on the planet. All right? And we are the one who is given the blessing of leading the rest of the world into 5D through the ascension process, because we have less baggage, history baggage, emotional baggage, right? So, oh yes, I just got that chills. So understand that as we change, the rest of the world changes. I get it, Spirit, I get it. All right? Right there. It's like, just vibrating. That's the way that we're going to be in the next year and a half, 2 years. Okay? So when you hear it, say, aha. The $1,000 checks are going to come, guys. Okay? They're going to come. Everybody deserves it. Especially people. It's kind of like PPP, Spirit says. Right? Kind of like PPP. Only to the people who deserve the money. People who deserve to get that paycheck every single month. To pay for their child care. To pay for food. To pay for the rent. Right? I mean, there's all kinds of things. And it's not a money grab at all. It is destiny, Spirit says. It's taking care of our fellow humans in an energy field that is all about love, that is all about nurturing, that is not about struggle, that is not about bullshit, that is not about any of the things, if you're older like me, that you even understand or realize that that's what you came up in. Okay? That's what it's all about, is understanding that little by little by little, race won't matter. We'll all be starseeds. We'll all be in this place, and we'll all have human experiences. I always talk about, with my friends and things like that, and clients, First generational people. People who were here, first generation in the United States, and their mother, and they're younger, and their mothers and fathers bring their culture from another country into America and want those children to not be Americans. And the shock that they have, and the disarray that they have in their lives, because what they're doing here is not the energy from where they came from. Okay? Same thing for us, everybody. We're going into fifth dimensional energy, right? Let's say we're first generational again, right? We're going to act different than some other people. Those of us who are older souls in the zodiac context, I believe that there's more older souls out there outside of the zodiac. Okay? Since Spirit gave me the revelations about we've already been in fifth dimension. See? That when we get to that place, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be like, what the hell? Check it out. Now I know who you are. You're not that Piscean woman. You're not that Aries man. You're this big, huge energy field. Yeah. It's been compact down into third dimensional stuff. So as we shift, as our country shifts, as the energy gets better, as we see bad things happening, they're happening for a reason. Happening for a reason. Why? To shift us to higher dimensional. Okay? Just like the chaos in the House of Representatives. If there was an election this year, nobody wants chaos. They're done with the chaos. They're done with the chaos. Yes, 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 yes. See? Because all people want to do is live a balanced life. As unbalanced as that might be, they just want to live a balanced life. Yeah, so a lot to think about, guys. A lot to think about. I'm doing readings on Saturday. If you want a Saturday reading, check out billhobart.com. Prices go up, I think, in another week or two for readings, for hourly readings, hour-and-a-half readings, half-hour readings, and 50-minute readings. So buy gift certificates. You can use them all frickin' year, okay? Doesn't matter if you want to break them up into half an hours. Doesn't matter, okay? But buy gift certificates, everybody. It's going to save you some money, okay? Because I worry about that. I worry about raising my price to a point where some people are excluded because for now, they won't later. But I always want to make sure that I can justify it. But I know for myself, I deserve to make more money for what I do. Okay? And I love everybody, and I probably do it for free. But I can't do it for free. So I have to continue to try to balance that, right? Same thing with element packages. Element packages are going to go up. And if you're in there already, don't worry about it. But they're going to go up because the time and the energy and the love that I give in that, right, the guidance, is real. And it takes, again, it's usually during my day of doing paid for readings, and they've already been paid for a year. So you buy a year, you get 13 months. So they're available at billhobart.com under Element Sessions, all right? Coaching sessions every month with me, one-on-one, phone, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, or Zoom, okay? It's there every month, okay? And if you don't use them, I'm going to call you and tell you got to make an appointment because you need to use it because you're not connecting with me, all right? So that's happening too. So namaste, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, okay? If you're having those dreams, document them. If you're having changes happen, document them. Send me a text, whatever it might be. If you need something, let me know, okay? I'll get back to you as soon as I can. My business is really good, and I love it because I love doing what I do. So I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'm in transformation too, right? And so are you guys. So I love everybody. I'll see you next Thursday at 3 for Coaching for the Soul.